And thank you guys for going out early. We're going to get started in a minute here. A couple announcements to the course tonight. As you know, we're here for benefit for our dear friend Julie Duffy. We're in the suites up top there. We're in the middle down here, actually. We had an awesome show last night. Who was here last night? Anybody? That was awesome. That was a great show. I think the same tonight. So we have a few things going on. We're going to have an auction that's actually in place. At some point, we're going to put up on the board. There's an auction website with amazing stuff. Please take a snapshot of it when you see it on the wall. We're going to rotate through the night, and please check out the items on there. They'll be going for a couple weeks after this. There's tickets, there's guitars, there's some amazing package offers. Tonight we're also going to be donating or raffling off Ben Crandall from San Glad Church's guitar, which is crazy. He's going to play this set, hand the guitar over to me, he's going to sign it for the high bidder. So check out that website, we'll put it up there. I think it's like only $500 right now. And it's really a historic piece of Boston hardcore. It's an original guitar from way back. But he's donating it to help out my good friend Julie. So anybody who owns that guitar, man, I'll tell you, it's a real piece of history. We'll have some more stuff going on. There's some swag in the back here, some Julie t-shirts and other bands are selling stuff. The money goes to the cause. There's also beer in the very front. Duff beer. Special beer we made up from Wormtown and Worcester. So that's on tap in the front bar and I think up here too. Again, that money helps go to the cause as well. So feel free to invite. Without that, we're going to kick off things on a little bit quieter end. I'm going to invite Michelle Morgan up here to be the first, and then we'll go from back from the other one. But thank you guys for coming out tonight really much. Appreciate it.
Hey, is this thing on? Hi, I'm Michelle. I just wanted to take a quick moment and just thank Sean and everybody, all the bands, everyone who's putting on these two events, you know, not just for all of us who are geeking out about it, but for Julie, for our friend Julie Duffy. So, without further ado, a man who needs no introduction, my good friend and bandmate, Duncan Wilder Johnson.
Yeah. How's it going, y'all? Alright, this is a brand new spoken word piece, and it's titled Julie Duffy Fucking Rules, or How to Name Drop Like a Pro. For most of her life, Julie Duffy worked for the music business, but tonight, the music business works for Julie Duffy. Julie is from Clinton, Massachusetts, home of the Wachusett Dam, where teenage kids have been drinking alcohol for thousands of years. When she was 18, she dropped out of college to get a job in the music business, which is literally the most lucrative and wisest decision you can make at that point in your life. She went into some bar and ran into this guy named Tank, who weighed over 500 pounds, and because of his obvious athleticism, he did sports commentary on WBCN. She asked him, "What can I do to be in the music business?" To which he replied, "Oh, we take on interns and don't pay them all the time." So she went down to Boylston Street, got herself an internship, worked for free for 4 years, which is unconstitutional under the 13th Amendment, got her own parking spot, and then she often helped out with nocturnal emissions and Boston emissions. So if your shitty fucking band played in the late 80s and early 90s on WBCN, you can thank Julie Duffy. Then Carter Allen, name drop, told her that Aerosmith's management was looking to get a personal assistant because the guys in Aerosmith are way too famous to get their own cups of coffee. I mean, what are you, fucking nuts? Steven Tyler needs somebody else with the full support of their lower lumbar to get out of a seated position, walk the 15 feet to a pot of coffee, pour it into a mug, perhaps add non-dairy creamer, and then put the hot stuff in front of the guy who sang Sweet Emotion. There are literally no scarves on mic stands or involved. At the time, Aerosmith was in the middle of their 1993 masterpiece, Get a Grip. and they needed Julie Duffy to get a grip. For one promotional photo shoot, they had only the nipples of all the band members in the picture. Then, fans were supposed to go into a contest and figure out which nip would belong to which rocker. And it was Julie Duffy's job to ice the nipples of the dudes in Aerosmith. Get a Grip was released on April 20th, 1993, 420. And all the potheads are like, fucking yeah! And the release party was at the Hard Rock Cafe in Boston. And Julie invited Jet and JR from Sam Black Church to come into the party. And there was an open bar. So Jet and JR got fucked up, schnockered, blitzed, wasted, walloped, shit-bombed, tattered, well-oiled, loaded, cross-eyed, tipsy, sloshed, inebriated, wrecked, pickled, hammered, steamed, squiffy, 3 sheets to the wind, and hung out to die. Then Aerosmith started taking pictures with up-and-coming bands in another room, and Julie asked Jet and JR if they'd like to get their pictures taken with the bad boys of Boston, to which they replied, "I don't think that's a good idea, J-Duff." Is this an Aerosmith record? Can I puke into it? Fun fact, of all the physical forms of consumable music now, vinyl, compact disc, and cassette, none of them can hold vomit. After that, Julie worked for Westwood One, the radio syndication company, home to premium content that defines the culture, like the NFL. What? She worked in 1999 at this place where a couple of brainiacs thought it was a brilliant idea to recreate the summer of love with toxic masculinity, overpriced water, and bands who suck. This was called Woodstock 1999. And Julie was there working backstage for Westwood One, helping bands and getting interviews, because bands have no idea what the fuck is going on ever. I'm doing an interview? Is this a joint I could smoke? Is there anything in this room that I could snort? Now, picture it. A young and virile Dave Tree hears about all of the action at Woodstock 1999 and thinks out loud to no one in particular, "I gotta get out there, dude!" Mr. Tree hitchhikes the 283 miles to Woodstock 1999 with only a tent and a large backpack full of beer, because at the time, he was on a health kick. Mr. Tree just kind of meanders around and asks a bunch of white kids, "Hey, how do I get into Woodstock?" "Dude, you're in Woodstock," replied the white kids. He finds a small patch of grass and asks a bunch of intoxicated Caucasians, "Dudes, can I camp here?" "Dude, you can camp there," answers the Caucasians. Now, Mr. Tree makes his way to the east stage where Julie Duffy is waiting in the wings to give him a sacred object, a valuable key in the hands of the rock elite, a holy relic rarely seen by the concert-attending public, a small laminated rectangle known as a backstage pass. "Dave," Julie instructed, "please do not abuse this." "Sure, no problem, Julie, you're the best. Hey, is that a dressing room door that I can kick in?" "Boom! What's up? I'm Dave Tree! I play in a band called Tree! I'm from fucking Westwood, Massachusetts! Give me a fucking record deal! Who the fuck are you guys?"
We're the Red Hot Chili Peppers."
"Oh yeah, I think I heard of you guys once." As the evening progresses, new metal bands play really shitty fucking music. The crowd mutinies against pretty much everyone. Fires start, riots happen, police come, and Julie Duffy and Dave Tree escape by the skin of their teeth. Next, Julie Duffy moved to New York City, which is a one-horse town compared to Clinton, Massachusetts. And there she worked for Columbia Records, doing live events. So if Tony Bennett or John Cougar Mellencamp Wilder Johnson wants to do some sort of a live event, Julie was there to hold the whole thing together like duct tape on a cymbal stand. But soon enough, Julie realized that working for a major label kind of sucks because, get this,
Major labels can be assholes.
I don't have any personal experience with this, but I am told that being on a major label is akin to sucking the tailpipe of a tractor-trailer truck and then telling all of your friends and family that it tastes fucking great. Oh yeah, man, we're on this label, it's totally awesome. They fired the guy that signed us, and they won't return any of my phone calls, and we owe them $250,000, and our record sounds nothing like what we want it to sound like, but we're having a great time. We're having a fucking great time. It's totally great. You know, I ran into Dick Cheney and Mike Pence backstage at Limp Bizkit. Total assholes, but cool. But cool, you know, I mean, those guys, you know, we're gonna do lunch next time we're in LA. It was time for Julie to move home to Clinton, Massachusetts, and start her current career, tour accountant to the stars. To date, Julie has accounted for millions of dollars for the Counting Crows. She counted the crows. And also Christina Aguilera, Maroon 5, Roger Waters, Van Halen, Stone Temple Pilots, and Peppa fucking Pig. While most rock bands like to do hard drugs in the front lobby of their tour bus, the Peppa Pig kids watch each other's audition reels and sing show tunes. Imagine Motley Crue doing that. Nikki Sixx is like, okay guys, listen, okay, we could do a pile of cocaine tonight, or, hear me out, we could do a couple of tunes from Les Mis. Come on, Vince Neil, you can do all the Jean Valjean parts. This is a benefit tonight for Julie Duffy. That's why we're all here. This scene and this town and this planet and the whole fucking human race has been through a lot of bullshit for the past 18 months or so. Especially been bullshit for Julie, who's been having a real tough time. We lost a lot of really cool people in the last year. We lost this guy named Brendan McGuire, also known as Stu. He played in a band called Bane and Reach the Sky. Yeah, man, give it up for Stu. He was a great dude. We also lost a super good friend of Sam Blackchurch, Mary Frances Church. She was someone who not only was at every Sam Blackchurch show, but also had her own radio show called Death Kiss and WEMF. We also lost this guy who was a Sam Blackchurch superfan named Adrian Chisholm. But we did not lose Julie. For most of her life. For most of her life, Julie Duffy worked for the music business. But tonight, the music business works for Julie Duffy. Thank you very much. My name is Duncan Wilder Johnson, and my lovely wife Jessica over there is doing merch. And if you want to buy one of my CDs by me or one of my bands or my movie about Sam Blackchurch, they're over there. Thanks a lot. Fucking Jim Weeks is up next.
How the hell do I follow that? Holy shit, that was amazing. Duncan Wilder Johnson. That's what you call a spoken word performance. And all that is absolutely true. Everything he said is true. Especially drinking and Clinton by the dam. That's definitely true.